Thank you. Thank you.
Government and non-governmental organizations today witnessed the launch of the Belize Marine Spatial Plan, which is a framework under the Blue Bonds Agreement that seeks to pull together all stakeholders involved in the marine sector. It is not limited to the fisheries sector, but also the tourism industry and all those who have been and continue to benefit from Belize's waters. But the goal is to establish the Belize Sustainable Oceans Plan.
When you look at sectors like the fisheries sector, which continues to contribute meaningfully to our national economy, we have to ensure that those systems that support a vibrant fisheries sector are healthy and they're productive. Tourism, our number one foreign exchange income earner. 41%, it said, of all tourists who come to Belize engage in some sort of marine activities. We are a natural capital-based economy. And so what the Belize Sustainable Ocean Plan will now do, it represents a forward movement in us rationalizing how we approach the resources within our blue space.
It is about protection of biodiversity. So there is ecological objectives in there, but there's also social objectives and economic objectives. So it's really about how do we best design our ocean space to meet all these multiple objectives, to ensure that while we are maintaining our natural resources, we are developing it in a sustainable way that will enable for a prosperous country going forward.
It's a 5-year process in which the data collected will establish a comprehensive picture of what's happening within Belize's waters and will, in the end, be used to determine the guidelines for the do's and don'ts in national marine spaces.
We will no longer be reactive in the decisions that we have to make. When a development proposal comes to a desk, we will not have to sit and try to consult at that point whether it should be approved or not. The Belize Sustainable Ocean Plan will provide us with those boundaries as to we can do this here, but we cannot do it here. You can build here, but you're not allowed to build there. You can fish here, but you cannot fish here.
Yes, we're going to have challenges. Yes, we're going to have conflicts, as you mentioned. Yes, we're going to have controversies. But if we follow the guidelines that are stipulated out there, that anyone who's to come here and invest, we have something in writing. The Marine Spatial Plan is something that is there to guide us and protect us. And if everyone sticks to those principles, we're going to be doing well.
Just like any other relationship, there's going to be compromises. You're not going to get everything you want. You're going to have to compromise. I will have to compromise. But we do it together, and that is how we're going to ensure that we have a plan that we can enact into the future that will serve the purposes for, like we said, social, economic, and ecological objectives.
The plan will seek to address issues including overfishing, the use and misuse of our marine space, construction of over-the-water structures, and even tapping into economic opportunities such as deep-sea fishing. But what about other policies such as the cruise port policy, which are being drafted?
What the Marine Spatial Plan do, it affords an opportunity actually to now bring in all of these policies and all of these sectorial plans in a more structured way, and to allow now for us to have, I believe the word blueprint was being used a lot this morning in the various speeches, and to allow us to now have a blueprint that has the considerations from all of these sectors. It's a 5-year process, and the processes can happen parallelly together. So, for instance, there's a ports policy that's currently that's being revised. I understand that there's a tourism development policy that's also being looked at. Excellent, because these things will be happening at the same time. Its formulation process is being guided by a steering committee where all these sectors sits on. And the idea is that each sector will ensure that during that 5-year process, that their particular sectoral considerations are now brought to the table so that we have a truly integrated approach to the blue space.
GOB has committed to complete and implement a legally enforceable marine spatial plan and designate up to 30% of its ocean in biodiversity protection zones by November 4th, 2026. Duane Moody for News 5.